How's it going, friends? Thank you for giving me again the opportunity to share such valuable information with all of you. I hope you have been able to watch the first two videos on this health topic, but anyway, I will present the most relevant points so far in that theme. Number one, health is a natural consequence of living beings, including the human being, when all the components of the body and its functions are being fulfilled in an efficient and natural way. Therefore, health in the human being is something inherent in human nature and not an idea or personal or social concept of wellness, nor is a political, scientific, or medical concept, which can change according to the decision of the science of health or according to the decisions and interests created by local or world leaders. Second point, personal health is the most important responsibility of every human being with himself, because health is life, and we have to promote and preserve it. Third, we must know our bodies and the functions of each organ, and not to think that because a person feels good, in other words, has physical wellness, that is all that matters, and it means that the individual is healthy. Point number four, the so-called symptomatic treatment is just that. It treats the clinical signs and symptoms, trying to rehabilitate and give relief and tranquility to the patient, and can help in cases of possible adverse reactions after operations, and also in the current health crisis in the world, if this treatment is carried out correctly. But in the long term, it is not necessarily the real solution to the health problems of the affected person. 5. The misunderstanding of what health really is the origin of the current health measures all over the world since the year 2020. There are political and commercial objectives in the global health crisis, and these measures have brought very negative physical, mental, emotional, and social consequences to millions of people. 6. Conventional medicine can be a great help in maintaining vital signs in relatively good conditions, but for medium and long-term treatments, it can have even worse consequences than the ailments that originated the medical treatment. Point 7. The formation of a personal criterion in health matters based on true information is extremely important, since it can help the individual to understand the reality of what is happening and do not blindly accept the opinion of the health professional without asking questions and requiring answers. 8. Every component of the human body has a reason for existing, and if it is there, it is because it has at least one function to fulfill. For that reason, we must always try to preserve the physical integrity of the body. If all the organs and tissues are working efficiently and in a natural way, then we can say that the body is healthy. 9. Feeling well is not being healthy. Drugs are to treat and eliminate symptoms and can make people feel really good and, of course, produce wellness. But they are not to cure the original causes that produced the symptoms or diseases. They are not to restore the altered functions in the body, which are those that are producing the symptoms under treatment. Since the beginnings of conventional medicine in the middle of the 19th century and throughout the 20th century and even up to the present, the health professional tends to see the patient as if he were an apparatus, a machine, or just a physical object, looking for where the malfunction is and then making the repairs. If some part of the body does not work well, it is probably necessary to repair it with surgical operations, medications, invasive therapies, or to eliminate it, or, if possible, to replace it using prosthetics or making a transplant for something that is apparently better. Very often, this medical professional forgets or overlooks that every component of the body is part of a larger system of organs and tissues, which can be altered in the short term and even for life if the natural functions that need to be restored are not considered and could be further altered by the medical treatment to be received. Traditionally, until not so many years ago, and even now, but less frequently, in the conventional academic medicine with the so-called scientific criterion, it was common to take out the tonsils with removal operations, as well as the removal of the intestinal appendix. Why? Because when presented constant and increasing inflammation and not being able to control the symptoms with medicines, it was considered that they could endanger the patient's life because they are infectious areas on the body. Besides that, the appendix and the tonsils were not considered very important or essential parts of the body to continue living and having the wellness they call health. In other words, science pretends to say what is and what is not essential to be healthy. And then, about the organs that we have in a natural way to fulfill certain functions in the body, conventional medicine is the one that says what I should keep or not in my body. This, of course, is an absurd ideological and professional position. Well, after the removal, the patient could be without any problem related to those organs because he simply did not have them anymore. And thus, his discomfort was solved and he could feel well. And thus, it was said that the patient was cured and healthy. So, if before, in the past, a person wanted to be healthy and he had problems with the tonsils or with the appendix, then the best option to recover his health could be to accept the recommendation of the doctor to be operated to remove any of those organs because he did not need them according to the opinion of the doctor and the so-called medical science. Nowadays, the truth of the traditional naturist concept is recognized that everything that composes the human body has a reason for existing and to be there, and has functions to fulfill necessary for life, although the medical professional and the medical science of the moment still does not know them or does not want to recognize them. Now, it is understood that these organs are very important for the work of the immune system, and the wrong and anti-natural criterion of eliminating them from the body is no longer applied as frequent as in the past. Nowadays, it should be completely clear to every medical professional that the risks for the wellness and health of the person with tonsils or appendix affections can be very great if the patient is submitted to any removal of those organs, since the proper functioning of the immune system can be very compromised. Even now, you get digital sites on the internet where they do not recognize the importance of the intestinal appendix and tonsils as important parts of the immune system. This is how great is the ignorance on this topic. The meaning of health is a concept within the human nature, as I have explained before, and it is very important to be clear about it. And that concept should not depend on the scientific, social, or professional opinions of the moment, which can vary according to the leader's interests that are not related to the true health of the people. With these videos, I try to make people understand that true health is not only a matter of personal wellness and the absence of clinical signs and symptoms which indicate ailments and diseases. But then, what is health? Health is a natural concept, not social, not political, not scientific, when a living being, whether human, animal, or plant, all its internal and external functions are carried out in a complete and effective natural way, which allows that organism a full and effective life of development in the environment where it is. Well, I understand now what health is and that it is a concept of human nature. That's fine. But what do I do with knowing that? But it is that I have to change something in my habits and way of life. And in the social environment where I live and work, should I do something to help people understand that feeling well and being healthy are not the same thing? And there are changes that should be made in personal and public health. I hope you can leave your comments answering these questions. In the next video, I will answer these and more questions on this important topic of true health. Thank you for watching this video and sharing it with your friends and family, giving them the opportunity to receive this important information. I hope you have already seen other videos on my channel on different topics and have also been able to share them. By indicating with a thumbs up, you help this video to be seen by more people thanks to the promotion that this platform will be able to do. If you have any questions or comments about what is shown in this video, I invite you to share it with me, leaving it as a comment below the description of this video. Thank you very much for your visit. I truly appreciate it for your visit. Thank you.